This Wall Street Bets Reddit user lost $1 million. Wow, all time, he lost $1 million. I know how he's feeling because I too lost $1 million in the stock market. This is what he wrote. And his username is I lost 1 million. I held this in long enough. The shame, guilt, lies, pretend to be cool and knowing what the F I'm talking about. I've been holding this in for years. I've cried and cried and cried. I fed up with my behavior. It's time to effing take things into my own hands and change. I'm not stopping. I'm going to gain this all back the slow and right way. Here's my story. In 2019, I learned about the stock market. Like a responsible retail investor, I created baskets and diversified my equity investments. In 2020, I learned about options. My first gamble was a meme stock I found on WSB that rhymes with Pet Payton. That was the start of my entire $1 million loss and life downfall. It felt so good to see those big spikes and gains, but it also felt like the end of the world when it all went to zero. For some reason, I always came back. I tasted the forbidden fruits and was addicted. Fast forward 2 years, I need a source for more trading capital. I sold my house and car, maxed out credit cards, borrowed from my bank and lenders. I lied to family, friends to get more money, and worked odd jobs that were shameful. My wife, who I've been with for 12 years, left me. We didn't sign a prenup, so there was the whole process. Then she took custody of the kids. Sure, I lost $1 million, but the worst part of it all is I lost loved ones, every friend in my life, and every single asset I own. I cried like an effing bitch for days on end, slept on benches, backyards, and under bridges. I managed to save up some money and am now living on my own in a one-bedroom apartment. I know I can do this. I know I can make it all back. I've heard stories and seen people do it. I understand all the technical analysis, indicators, price action, gamma exposure, OI, risk, free interest, blah, blah, blah. I know it all. What made me lose it all wasn't my understanding of the markets. It was my ego, my greed, and lack of discipline. I spent the last 2 years dedicating myself to mastering every technical aspect of the markets. I met 10-figure retail investors, hedge fund managers, and everyone in between, really dedicating myself to learning the markets. Most importantly, I made good progress mastering my emotions. I even gone months without. I needed to model a stimulus that was just as rewarding as gambling. I'm here to show that I can gradually get out of this hellhole. I managed to trade back up to $25,000, and then last week I made $14,000. I will get back to 1 million. I'm just here to prove to the world and myself that this isn't over. I've been there, and it's very, very difficult to make that money back. And that was his last post. Let's look at the comments. Oh, okay. No, he hasn't updated at all. So I don't know. We're gonna see how his journey is. I wish him the best, and I hope that people will learn from these mistakes of others, that it is very, very difficult to win when we're trading options. We just don't know which direction the stock will go in a short amount of time. I myself lost a huge amount of money with options.